Hey there, everybody. Good afternoon. Jonathan, how you doing over there? Staying warm?
Yes, sir. As you can see, I have my beanie and my sweater on. No, it's not.
Yeah,
Some parts of
Jonathan,
the house get cold.
I'm gonna have to get on you, Jonathan. You're not gonna switch up because when it goes to the Super Bowl.
No, I got that hat. I had it on yesterday. That's my real warm hat.
Okay, you're not gonna switch up on us now.
Yeah, that's my real warm hat. It's
Oh.
just something to keep my head. My head gets
There
cold,
you
so
go. Oh man.
we staying warm.
Hey, there you go. Pretty much same over here. I was like, hey, as long as the power stays on, we good.
That's it.
As long as the power can stay on. However, we're gonna see how today goes because my internet just went out.
Oh,
So hopefully this my hotspot stays connected as my backup. Because yeah, right in my last meeting right before this one, it's like, oh, you have a internet outage in your area. I was like, oh great.
oh shoot.
So but so far it looks like we holding strong. We holding strong. Let's come through Verizon hotspot. We shall see.
Hopefully mine don't go out because I
Hey,
got a bunch of
Nika, how
stuff.
are you? Right, for real. Exactly. I was like, well, at least the power's on. So well, we good there.
Ain't y'all married? Y'all talk to each other every day.
We do actually. We had so many roles with one another. You gotta flip it sometimes. Gotta flip it. I don't want her to feel left out. Like, wait, why ain't you ask me how I'm doing? You ask everybody else how you doing. Although I might have just asked her that 10 minutes ago in the kitchen how she was doing. But
I
got to make
get
sure
it.
I'm delivering on all fronts.
You know what's funny? Thought I heard him say, Nika, how are you? But I'm hearing him physically in the house, but then it's a maybe 2 second delay on my earpiece. I was
Oh
like, wait,
yeah.
was he talking to me? He's saying, I'm well, juggling all these kids. And apparently my phone wants
Man,
to fall. But yeah, doing well.
Yeah, they need to open their schools up because
man.
I take care of my kids and I'm active, but it's time to go to school.
Hey, after winter break, I had never been more excited for school to be open. I was like, yeah, I was looking forward to this break with y'all. And I'm for the first time looking forward to school starting back. Like I'm going to bundle up as soon as lunch is over and this meeting is over. We're going outside because I need them to burn off some energy. I'm saying, no, 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 don't run up the driveway. You might bust your ass. But you can run back and forth through this backyard. Watch out for animal poop. We don't have pets, but wildlife lives all around us. So just run until you pass out. I'll carry you back in. I'll save the energy for that. But I need y'all to burn off the energy because it has been real. So real.
I
For
don't think
real,
my
very
kids been
very much
outside.
so.
Hey,
I
Miss
don't think they've been
Natika. Hey,
outside.
Miss Portia. Hey, Miss Tempa. Welcome in, guys.
I know. Welcome, y'all.
Y'all
Hi,
staying warm?
everybody. Snow day. We having a snow day
Okay.
together.
Man, we
We
ain't
are
had snow
having a snow
days.
day together. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fun times today. Hope everybody's staying warm. Y'all getting real cold weather up there, Portia.
Man.
Look, yes, and then my son is about an hour north, and so they're about 10 degrees lower than us. But I'm so proud of every single person in my neighborhood. It ain't not one tire track down my street. Everybody
That's how it
here is
is
at the house.
at the
Everybody's at
house.
home.
Everybody here is at the house. I look down the alley. I look down the street. It ain't one tire mark, one footprint. We inside.
Nobody
Right?
trying to run
I
to the
love it.
HEB to get the
We
water.
inside. We inside.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, yeah, when it's snowing in 20-degree weather, that's the best place to be.
When
School
they
is
say it's
out
supposed to
until
snow,
Wednesday.
Oh, it's out
They,
until
they
Wednesday. Oh
cancel
wow.
school for today and tomorrow out of an
Uh,
abundance of caution. That's what they always say
right.
in the
Of
announcement.
course. Of
Great.
course.
Goodness. It's supposed to snow Saturday, guys. The weatherman said there's
Guess
possible
where
snow
I be, Tam?
inside.
Inside. I got a cord of wood and propane. I'll be inside.
There you go. Portia says, call me boys to men. Let it snow. It can snow all
Inside.
it wants. I'm
Inside.
gonna be inside.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, good seeing y'all. Good seeing y'all today. We missed y'all last week because we were closed for MLK Day. So yeah, but I hope everybody is doing fantastically
Hold on,
well.
welcome in, Miss Tanja.
Hey, hey, Latanja.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Good seeing you. How you doing, young lady?
Good. How's everyone?
You know what? We are doing pretty good. And just cause you joined just in, I believe this is your first academy, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have to pick on you.
Okay.
Just to it's gonna be super easy breezy, but just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about, your practice, about, your life, what all you have going on, and share some info about yourself with the people.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Latanja. I am the owner of Metanoia Mind and Wellness. I just started my therapy practice last May, so this May will be a year. I'll turn one this year. Yeah, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have two kids, to which they're downstairs because it snowed here in North Carolina in their home today. What else? I think, does that cover all bases? I can't hear.
Hold on. Okay, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Tell us a random fun fact about yourself.
Um, Random fun fact. I used to play the violin, so I think I'm gonna get back into it as a, little hobby.
As a
So,
hobby, I love it.
yeah, yeah.
Nicely done. Okay, and then one of the other things that we always like to start with, and it's probably slightly unfair to have you go first, but think about it. We always start with wins. Like, hey, give us a win for the last week, for the last month. So give us a win that you've had in life or in your practice, because we love celebrating wins around here. We want to share that energy with everybody. So give us a win that you've had as of late.
Good question. A win.
You got two kids, so I know you got to win.
I know I do. I'm like, there's
I know
so
you got
many.
one.
Yeah, and maybe he said it. I probably missed it. It could be personal or
Yeah, I
business.
know you.
Yeah.
I'm going through
You
it all.
got
Like,
two kids that don't look like your hair falling out. I know you winning somewhere.
well, I know, speaking of hair, so I booked my first like hair appointment with me and my daughter in like 2 years since I've had my son. Um,
Oh,
Friday. So I'm really trying to be intentional about self-care, getting every part of my life
Yes.
see,
back in order.
Mommy
Yeah,
that's
daughter
perfect.
day.
it
Yes, that
was.
is a win.
Yes, and cause how old are your two, Latanja?
7 and 2.
Oh,
72.
they
There we
still
go.
in
Latanja,
the
enjoy it
love
because when
day.
they get
They still
13,
in the
14, they don't
love.
want to go to the shop with you unless they don't want to do none of those things. So
Shop.
that is a win. They don't,
You ain't
mama,
want
no,
to sit at
I'm
the
not.
dinner table with you.
Yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
want them in there right now. Look like a
Mommy, why
snack.
you have that outfit on? All that, enjoy it.
I will. Thank y'all.
I love it. All right. Who else has a win to share? We'll go with a
Me.
couple different people. Portia, give it to us. I
Let
love
me
it.
go first. Okay. Y'all know I've been working through my financial and mental blocks, getting my life together so I can afford to have Alan in my life for a time to come. I realized when I was, and I'm finna be real transparent. I ain't done my 2024 taxes. So the fact that it's 2025, I had an issue with another accountant, for those of you who are new, who, when I told him I wanted to work with somebody else, he locked me out of my QuickBooks account with all my data and all my information in it. So be fairly warned. right? Don't ever get too smart to count your own money. That's lesson number one. Lesson number two is what I realized is that one of my 1099s, which is a really big one, the one with headway, like where it got commas and zeros and everything, that it was still billing to my social security number,
Oh.
even though I am an S Corp. And so I had to navigate the system with headway. And they, more graciously than I thought, issued me a corrected 1099, which moved many, many, many dollars away from my social security number toward my tax ID. I didn't even know they could just do it like that, but they did it. And I'm so grateful. So if you
There you
messed
go.
up on that, all hope is not lost. That's the lesson, and that's the
True.
win.
True. That's a big one. And, as I tell everybody in here, as source to one of the greatest, tax, I don't know, but strategies that are out there. It's a beautiful thing. So yay, that's exciting. That's exciting, Portia.
So come
All
on, wait,
right.
hold on. I want to share my
Dr.
win.
Natika, I'm gonna pick on you today. Oh
Jonathan
wait,
was
go
asking
ahead, Jonathan.
something.
Hold on. Yeah. I want because you got that Verizon ain't jumping right now. But I never. Oh, every time we do this, I never have my win. So like I'm super excited. That's why I was like, let me jump out there because I got a win today. You know what I'm saying? So this is when I started in August. Y'all been knowing I'm like that's some bullshit. Trying to grow, whatever. All right. So
I
last
sent
week
you a referral, by the way, Jonathan. But keep going.
straight up appreciate you. So this is my second semester teaching psychology at the community college. So that started for me. So I'm teaching the class, right? So I have like 20 hours, 21 hours of availability. 17 of them joints is booked up for this week. That's a first for me. So that's a win. Thank you.
That's a huge win. Congrats on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
let's
excited.
go.
I'm excited because that means I'm going
Congratulations. That
in
is
the
a
right direction.
that's a big win. Congratulations.
Yeah, because I'm coming from like 11-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, we on the way.
Hey, on the way, moving on up. Make this it's gonna be your best year yet. Let's go.
You already know.
Dr. Johnson.
Hey everybody. Oh, my camera. Sorry. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Hey everybody.
There she is.
What are we talking about? I just
Give us a
came
win.
back. Oh, a win.
Give us a win. We know you stay winning in life, but give us a win over the last week, over the last couple weeks.
Let's see. Okay. A win is I had an interview early last week for another adjunct position. And during that interview, the interim program director slash whatever else she does, she asked me, would you be interested in being the program director? Because of the way the conversation was going, and she seemed pretty impressed with what I was bringing to the table. So I was invited back a couple of days later to do a teaching demo. And I did the teaching demo in front of, I think it was a panel of like 5 people. And they were all the higher ups, like the vice president of the university, this, and that. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully, I should be hearing something by the end of this week in terms of whether or not they'll have me come on board as an adjunct or the program director. And the program director was a pleasant surprise because I didn't even know that was something that they were needing. So I'm excited. That's my win.
Let's go. I love it. Congratulations in advance on that.
Thank you.
That's good. Good. And let's see, Miss Tempa, what do you have? Give us a win. If you have to put it in the chat, that's fine. Or if you can come off, let us know. But
Hi,
give us a win that you have.
sorry. I'm sorry I'm off camera. I had some little skin cancer removed from my face, and I'm still like really bruised. I look really scary right now. So,
No worry, you
but
you are just fine. Quite okay.
yeah,
We're just glad you're here.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
she
glad to be
said that, and
here.
I'm loving this headshot. I was like, oh, I love Temple.
Oh, thank you. Um, So one win is that like I'm so grateful to be able to take care of these kind of things, these medical things and get ahead of the problem. So that's a win in itself. Um, but in terms of other things, I I'm glad to know that I didn't lose money in the practice this past year. So that's a win. We still have a lot of things to work through and getting where we need to be, but things are looking up. And I'm grateful for the team at Pruitt Prep for helping me get things sorted out. I feel very similar to Portia, not the same things, but I've had a lot of those past bookkeeping problems do catch up with us eventually. And when we don't know there's a problem and then all of a sudden there's a problem, that makes it really hard. But and the practice is doing great. I just hired two really great rock star therapists for the practice. We're now up to 12 in my group. I'm launching a training platform to have a different revenue stream going. So a lot of great things happening, but it's still nose to the grindstone. Like I'm not there yet, but it's exciting to look ahead.
Absolutely. I love that. No, and just like you had mentioned to us, Tempa, I'm a firm believer that like, hey, we're here to, kind of help y'all through it, understand, the finances, the bookkeeping, all of that. But at the end of the day, we want you to be fully understanding and we want to be fully transparent with what's going on with your numbers, with your business, everything like that. Cause actually, Tempa, I was talking with Arian this morning and she was giving me insight, and I know we talked last week. She was giving me insight to y'all's meeting and how you were just kind of elated where the books were, and I know
Mhm.
you had sent a message like, okay, hey, I'm getting these reports, but I need a little bit of I hope you don't mind me sharing just some better understanding
Yeah.
around what my numbers look like I see the reports, but and trust I understand it's like, hey, these are numbers on a piece of paper. Like, I need some insights
Yes.
into it. So yeah, so she's walking me through kind of what y'all talked through. So I was very elated to hear that. And yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you understand everything that's going on in your practice in clear, plain, English, not
Yes.
accountant ease, as I like to call it. So yeah.
Yeah, you have to explain it to me like I'm a fifth grader.
That's that's okay, but you know what? That is quite okay because that's actually our goal for everybody because that's why we're here. We understand that y'all didn't go to school for this kind of stuff. You're living it. It's your own money. It's your own practice. But we want to make sure that we're breaking it down so you understand it. So, but yes, hey, you're doing great, Temple. You're doing great. So I'm very excited to see what this year brings. So yeah, fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. And let's see, Brandon, I know you just jumped on. You got a win for us? Welcome.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna say a win is I woke up this morning. That's the first one I
Amen.
got for you today. Yeah, that's what I got to start with today.
Amen to that. Y'all staying
Mhm.
warm over there?
Yeah, it's still a little chilly, but well, it's
It
hella
is.
chilly. It's not. It's cold as hell. But yeah, we good. You know what I'm saying? The heat,
We
the
good.
electric bill is paid up, so we're good.
Hey, there you go. For real. I love it. Okay, cool. Did anybody else have one? Did I miss anybody? Everybody good? All right. Fantastic. Well, let's jump into it. Today we're going to be going over a couple different marketing topics. And let's see here. Oh, that's right. Hold on. I had to, since my internet went out, I'm trying to close all my back end stuff. So let me get to my presentation. All right, here we go. All right, and I'm gonna turn off my camera to conserve my bandwidth since we're working on a hotspot over here. All righty. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about marketing for 2026. And give you guys some good insights. As always, we're going to be sharing amongst everybody to kind of see what's working, what we need to change, the kind of mindset we need to have going into this year. But I just want you guys to think about this because I want to approach marketing from a little bit of a different standpoint because to me, marketing in and of itself isn't the goal. Profit is the goal. And so marketing to me is just a way to get to better profitability by making sure we're having, the right clients in, making sure, and I think in some shape, way, form, or fashion, everybody should always be marketing because you might not necessarily always need more clients, but I'm a firm believer every business needs better clients. So if you are consistently marketing, that's how you get better clients. Hey, for you guys, one of the biggest things is, hey, what marketing can do is reduce some of your insurance only clients and get you a few more private pay clients. For you guys, that's a better client, versus somebody who's paying you a flat, 150 a session versus having to deal with the reimbursement rate of, $92. You know what I mean? So that's why we want to put marketing into play from that standpoint. Um, and so also want you guys to really think about, but you know, busy is great, but that doesn't necessarily mean profitable. And so we want to make sure that everything that you're doing is, is effective and helpful for you. So, question for you guys. Um, who wants to share if one or two people want to share about what marketing you might have done in 2025 that created some activity but not necessarily revenue or income, a lesson that you learned, something that you learned about marketing that you want to switch up for this year. Anybody have any good 2025 lessons you learned in the marketing realm?
I have something I just tried a pilot with someone that she does marketing.
Uh-huh.
So the last 8 weeks of 25, we did a Google Ads pilot.
Mm.
Um, she she helped me with some SEO with our website,
Nice. Mm-hmm.
and we did a pilot for 8 weeks of Google Ads. So
Mm.
I don't know if the bang was the best for the buck,
Yep.
because we spent probably was just shy of $1,700 over 2 months.
Okay.
And our call volume, we have a form on our website. So we got
Mm-hmm.
tons of new people inquiring, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that a lot of it was spam.
Yeah.
And because they would fill out the form and not respond to any messages, calls, etc. And it was a lot of work on my staff, extra work
Mm-hmm.
that, took them extra time. And so I don't know. We did get some conversion through it, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't, it ended up being about $5.50 per person who filled out the form.
And did any of those turn into actual clients?
Some did. I need to go back and look and see how
Okay,
many
yep, that's what I
converted.
would do.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. And I haven't done that yet, but it was we had a huge increase in volume on our website. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
people who went to our website, people who clicked on our get started button.
Mm-hmm. That's
I just
good.
need, yeah, but I need to look at the actual conversion
Right.
rate.
Look at the yeah, because that's
Mhm.
going to be the most important thing. Because perfect example, just to kind of give you guys a snapshot of kind of what we do. We do the exact same thing. Like, hey, how many leads are we getting in? How many people are we talking to each day, each week, each month? Okay, how many of those then convert into what we call like our initial diagnostic? We call it, most of y'all are going through it. It's called a financial 360, where we look at, hey, here's what we can do for you, here's what we can save you, here's how we can help, and then moving on to ongoing. So you want to be tracking those numbers every step of the way. So exactly what you're doing, Temple, like, hey, how many initial people are calling from the start, filling out the form? Okay, how many of those maybe set up a follow-up call or, book a initial intake, and then how many of those show? So kind of have those numbers.
Mhm.
And when you're doing marketing, you have to have those numbers. So, and I will tell you this, for what you spent, you say it was 1,700 over, you say 2 months?
Yes.
Okay. I will say that is actually not bad. I've seen some people pay 1,700 a month,
Mm.
um, just in general, and not get a whole lot of feedback or extra traffic or whatnot. So that's why I always caution everybody, like, if you're going that route, if you're working with somebody doing SEO to get more leads, running Google ads, you have to have the numbers behind it so if it's a good ROI. So, and they'll tell
Mhm.
you, they'll always tell you, hey, we need some months for this to work, which is true, because nothing happens as soon as you flip on the switch. You do need to have a little bit of a runway, usually at least 2 to 3 months, kind of like you had, but you have to make sure that those people are converting. And is it something we need to change in the messaging, or are they giving me enough visibility? Because I've had some people tell me they're running $1,000 in Google ads, but they're maybe getting 15, 20 leads a month. And it's just like, no, no. But that's good. No,
Right.
thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Um, so with that, so here's kind of what the reality is as I kind of see it, is that obviously a lot has changed from, as you guys know, if rewind back to 2020, 2021, maybe even 2022, the landscape for getting clients in has certainly shifted over the last few years. And so platforms, algorithms prioritize different content, of course. Clients expectations have evolved. Competition is there naturally, and reimbursement rates are always lower than what they should be. So but hey, what worked then doesn't necessarily work now, but that doesn't mean that all hope is lost by any means. It's like attracting ideal clients just requires a little bit more positioning, messaging. And kind of what you were talking about, Tempa, and putting those ads out there. That's why you want to give it some time. You want to run a few different variations, because here's the one thing I tell people about: if you're running ads, the best way to run ads is making sure that the ad that you're running converts on a non-paid platform first. Because if you're putting posts out there and people are engaging and responding with those posts, well, then that means that could potentially be a good ad. But if you're putting stuff out there, just because you then turn that post into an ad doesn't mean that it's going to do well. You guys see what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that something is converting well, that here as I list, you have clear messaging, so on and so forth within that. So, but it's all kind of a learning experience, naturally. So, I have a question for you guys. So, what feels a little bit harder about attracting clients now than a couple years ago? I want to hear y'all's perspective on that. You got
Okay,
some, Portia? Go
I
for it.
do. I think one of the things that makes it harder is 2022, 23, people were still really looking to social media to stabilize in a lot of ways post-COVID. And now I
Mm-hmm.
think when people see and hear therapeutic content on
Mm-hmm.
socials, they think they're getting therapy.
Ah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So they don't want to pay for something that they
Mm.
think is open sourced for free. They
Mm-hmm.
really, but and there's some good information out there. There's
Mm-hmm.
some great information out there, but people think that they are
That
getting.
is a great point. I had not thought of about that. And you know what? Here's what I always say when it comes to that, because a lot of people have the thing of, kind of like what you're saying, how much stuff do I put out there for free?
Mhm.
Because just like what you're saying, Portia, people think, oh my gosh, Portia put out this amazing thing that spoke to me directly on Instagram, and now I've almost feel like I've been in a session. Well, here's the thing though, is that in this day and age where we have the internet, where we have Google, we have Chat GPT, like information is in abundance. Information is free, but it's the customized the customized implementation of that to you and your life, which is going to be paid for. So hey, if somebody thinks that a great Instagram post is as good as therapy, I would argue that they don't really know what good therapy is to start. But hey, you can't prevent all of that. But I had not thought about that aspect of it. That's a great point. But don't be afraid to still put stuff out there, because there will be people who hear that, but then we're like, oh my gosh, I need more of this. I need this more customized to my life, because what you're putting out there is just general. You know what I mean? But there are so many different ways, as you guys know, that one specific thing that you put out on social media can change and affect different people differently depending on, what they've been through specifically. So that's a great point, Portia. Thanks. So here's what we really want to look at is profit-driven marketing. So I want you guys to have now I know we talked about goals as we kind of started this year, but set your income target for the year. So based on your lifestyle, based on your business, based on, how much you're working, your open availability, you need to set your income target. Calculate client needs. So then we reverse engineer how many clients you will need to achieve that. That's why we have those resources that we went over. I think we went over this at the end of December, the profit per session resource that we have out there, as well as the money map, kind of looking at that, reverse engineering that, and saying, hey, here's my average reimbursement rate. Here is how many clients I'm seeing on average. Also, these are, if you have staff, put your staff numbers in there. And so looking at that, so you can reverse engineer what your overall revenue is going to be. And so then on top of that, don't overdo it when it comes to marketing channels. You just want to select one or two. Like, we know there's 18 million different platforms. Pick the one that where your clients live. Go for one. Or two, not, I have to be on TikTok, I have to be on Instagram, I have to send a newsletter, I have to make sure I'm posting on LinkedIn too, and I'm putting a YouTube video. We don't need all of that. We just need you to have, because y'all are busy enough. So we want to make sure it's just one or two channels where you're putting your energy into, and then measure the ROI, just like what we were talking about with Tempo. Like, hey, we're running some ads. We have this is going directly to a form on our website, and we're tracking how many people are filling out that form. So that's how we want to set the marketing framework. Now, has anybody, this might be rhetorical and, unsurprising, but has anybody ever had a marketing strategy without knowing how much money you needed it to produce? Like, hey, I'm going into the strategy and I'm just doing it, but how much do I really want this thing to produce? You guys see what I'm saying there? Anybody have any experience with that? Not so much.
I think it's everything you were just saying, right? I think we keep being told to show up on socials, to get out there, to be visible. Yet the overwhelming majority of referrals I get are word of mouth, which brings up another question, but I'll wait till we get there.
No, go for it.
Yeah, I got something real quick.
Oh, okay.
So
here is no, go ahead, Jonathan, then I'll tell you what
No. I feel like it's right there. It's right there on your mind. Go for it. Go for
it. So in having like looked at all these things and evaluating what I know about my ideal clients, it seems like to me, and this is going to be my 2026, I'll report back to y'all, but it seems like to me, I do better when I add like value added things for the client that I have now. Like if I have a free grief group, or if I have a free what the hell is going on in America right now group, or if I have something that clients who are already my client can participate in without over identifying our work together. And then they are a lot more likely to refer people to me. And I don't do all that other stuff. It's really been working. Like sending out weekly words of wisdom, having a newsletter, doing things like that to really invest in the base I already have.
Yep. No, I couldn't agree more. That's a great marketing strategy in and of itself, where you over deliver to your current clients, and they essentially become your brand ambassadors.
I got that from you, Alan.
See, there we look at that. Look at that. Won't he do it, Portia? I love it. But no, I agree. Like that is a marketing strategy, honestly, in and of itself, where, hey, I'm showing up for these clients every day. And so therefore they want to tell other people about me, So no, that is one. And that's why we talk about something like referral partners too, having that avenue as well, because that kind of plays into that as well. But yeah, but Jonathan, what else you got?
I was gonna say, I guess the question is like marketing that without just some random marketing, I guess. So
just random marketing, exactly.
I think when I first was starting, like when I was like jump out there, this was like in June. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to get some kids to run these groups, which is what I'm running again, right? So we was putting it on social media. I don't have social media, but my wife was looking out for me on that, right? So she'd be all up in everything, right? So initially it wasn't a lot of response. But over the months afterward, people would be like calling or like asking about this and be like, oh, it kind of traveled. I don't know how, but it kind of traveled throughout. So now people calling and asking about it. So when I brought it back, it's a lot more they're a lot more receptive towards like the stuff that's going on now. So I think planting the seed early, it don't grow right away, but it'll come back later.
Yep. I can't tell you how many people, and I tell people this, you got to think about this, and this is why it is still important just to kind of put yourself out there, not take it too critically, but just having some content that's out there, is because, hey, we're in this for the long haul. This is a long game, and so hey, it might be somebody out there who might not need you right now, but eventually they might come back to it. So perfect example for me, one of the things we do is we do outbound messaging on LinkedIn. And it's like, hey, if potential therapist tells, oh no, we're good, we squared away, don't need it, okay, sure, here's some resources that we have a online community you can jump into and look at. But I can't tell you how many people after the fact, like months and months, and heck, I've had people from years and years ago reach back out, be like, hey, Alan, I got this question, I really need some help with taxes, so on and so forth. Or people, I was at when I was in Chicago last summer at NASW, I had a couple people come out like, oh wait, you messaged me on LinkedIn, I remember you. And then exact same thing when I got to hang out with Natika when we were at the counseling association. It was here in Houston in November. Exact same conference. People reached out. I was like, hey, we talked before on Instagram. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of one of those things where if you're planting the seeds constantly, you never know which one's going to end up growing eventually. So to your point, Jonathan, I think that's why that's important. Just kind of putting some stuff out there. Hey, you might not get, huge response at first, but hey, just keep going, keep going.
And to be honest, I don't know, like if I guess I'm like the newest person, but like I didn't know what the hell I was doing at the time. So it was like I'm just trying to see what I can get. I had two people and I did my thing with
Right.
them two people. We was figuring it
Right.
out.
Hey,
But
there you go.
it worked
There
out.
you go. I love it. And so speaking of goals and income goals, because marketing is really, we want marketing really just to fuel income. We want, as I say, we want profit driven marketing. Has everybody set 2026 revenue targets, revenue goals, what you want to make for the year? Has everybody set those? Has anybody have not set 2026 revenue goals? So we all squared away there, right? Okay, good. I'm talking to a smart bunch then. I like that. I like that. Because I'm a firm believer if you don't set a goal, it is most likely not to happen. And especially if you don't write, say, a goal down. So that's I want to make sure that we're good on there. Because then once you have that, then that's when you can kind of look at some of your marketing and see what's working and see what's not to see if we're driving revenue. So this is essentially just the kind of what I was talking about, reverse engineering your revenue for the year. So I think it kind of cut off at the bottom, but this is just saying, hey, if we're assuming we're working 48 weeks a year, then this is, and if our average is 125 a session, then we need about 17 sessions a week to reach 100K. If we are doing 150 a session, then we need just 14 sessions a week. At 175, just 12. At 200, just 11 a week. You see? So this is what I want you guys to be kind of thinking about as we're talking about marketing is like, this is, as we talked about, getting better clients, not necessarily more, but better. Hey, if we're doing marketing, how can we get into, hey, getting some self-pay clients at a self-pay rate of 150? You see what I'm saying? Or, hey, moving that up to 175, so on and so forth. So this is what is really needed to, simply get to, get to 100K. So just by being intentional, looking at those actual numbers and reverse engineering it. What you got, Miss Portia?
Quick question for everybody. I guess you can answer in the chat. Has anybody successfully used one of these third-party companies that says they will help you develop cash pay client bases? Right, because this looks fantastic, but it would be totally different and somewhat unpredictable if your base is insurance only.
Very much so.
So I'm just wondering because I'm considering that's one way of reducing how many people I see, which frees up space and opportunity to do other streams of income. But I know how my mind works.
I got you.
On this note, I have a question, if it's okay.
Yes, please go for it.
So, Portia, have you seen that Reimbursify, like those platforms that help the client find out what their out-of-network reimbursement would be?
Yeah, I've
and all
seen
that. Yeah. So I've been intrigued by those. I've talked to other people who use them. You have to pay, obviously, but they said it's pretty easy and that a lot of them will pay you up front and then they deal directly with the client. But I have a second question that pertains to this, and it's so there's some practices that I've found that have stopped seeing couples under insurance. And so I still haven't gotten a straight answer from any side of this issue, but technically, I'd say probably 90% of couples work has nothing to do with the diagnosis of either client. It has to do with typical relational issues, right? So to really be serving clients under the terms of the contract, they have to have a diagnosis assigned to one of those parties.
Mm.
So there's a practice in Austin that has this on their website explaining that they no longer accept insurance for couples, even though they see other clients for insurance. And they explain why.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. And this doesn't have to, I don't want this to derail your presentation, but I'd like to put it
No,
out
you
there,
good.
for us to think about.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Anybody have any insight on that on couples? Anybody see couples?
I
Jonathan
had my
does.
first.
Yeah.
I know
I
Nika
had
does.
my first like kinda therapy, couples therapy. Like had a client bring their partner into the session, and it gave me
Ah,
a good little insight into like, oh, this what this could be couples therapy, and I immediately thought this got to be private pay.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
immediately, I was like, this is
Mm-hmm.
this is not this is not a 60-minute thing.
Yeah. And
It's
can you carve that out? I guess would be one of the caveats. Like if you're in network with a person's insurance, could you choose which CPTs you're in network for, or do you have to provide insurance-based services for whatever their plan covers?
Mhm. I
So
get I'm
part of my,
oh I'm gonna
sorry,
say.
yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say in my mind, to probably sidestep that issue, you probably just say this is like marriage coaching or something like that. You just say it's coaching that way.
Gotcha.
You can charge the out of pocket fee and not have to worry about
mm-hmm.
insurance being like, well, you're in network with me. I'm like, well, I
Yeah,
wasn't
gotcha.
providing therapy. I don't have a
Ah.
CBT code for you. So what you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Good
One
point.
thing I, one thing I've done with some couples even recently is I'm a bit really sorry for my background noise.
You sound
One
far away.
Yeah, you
thing I've
sound
done,
real far.
do
It's like you
I?
swim.
Wait.
It's like you
Oh
swimming.
yeah. Yeah, speak up a little bit.
Uh, uh, what about now?
Back on
Better.
the grid now.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yep, that's better.
Okay. No, I was saying one of the things I've done with couples recently is I'll tell them I'm going to build them we need to meet for longer than the 53 minutes. And so I will build an insurance claim for a 90837, but I will also build them like an extra $100 for another 30 to 45 minutes.
Mm.
And so that's how I've worked around letting them use their insurance, but because it's couples and it's a lot of work, I let them know ahead of time. Y'all aren't gonna be able to get this session done in 60 minutes, 53 minutes. Your insurance is covered. So I will build them an additional on top of that. And so far they've been okay with it.
Mm.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I don't know.
strategy.
But I'm like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
worried. I'm worried if that's like, if that's okay to do with insurance, like being able to like charge the insurance and then on the side also, bill them for something additional. I don't know,
They're
but it feels
getting
like
extra
something.
service that insurance won't cover. Now I tell them you can also pay me $275 for the whole thing if you want, or
And get reimbursed. Yeah.
you can let your insurance pay for one half, and then we do more coaching the second half.
I wonder if they're willing to do that. I hear what Brandon is saying. I have no desire to do work with couples, but in the off chance that I do, I would super bill them and get all my money up front and let them figure out
Mm.
Let them
what
use
they
their out of
can
network
do.
benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how would you go about that though? Like, would you just tell them like this is what it is?
By them, you
Yeah,
mean the client?
Yeah, like how would you like how y'all coming up with the like y'all gonna pay me this and not use insurance?
like if you're out of network with a company, right? Like if you're not in network, you can super bill them and then they can submit the money for reimbursement. You get all your money up front. They get back whatever insurance is willing to reimburse.
What if you're in
But
network though?
That's what I was gonna say. But if you're in network with the insurance, it seems like what Anika is doing is a workaround. But I think every individual carrier has that fine print written so differently that you have to do it on
Mm,
a by case basis.
Gotcha.
okay.
Also, to when you hop it back in, to something we were talking about before about them third party
Hmm.
services for
Yeah.
out of network. I
Mhm.
use Thrizer.
Yeah,
it's a free service. I don't know if y'all
I seen that one.
yeah, it's a free service on my end, and then you know what I'm saying, I get my money up front, and then the client, and then they submit to the insurance for them, and they wait for the reimbursement. So they got two options where they can pay everything up front and go about their day and wait for the reimbursement, or they got an option where they'll front them, like they'll like, okay, well, that your insurance will reimburse you $100. If I'm charging them 200, Thrizer would be like, all right, we'll just front you that $100 and you just got to pay the remainder, and we'll wait for the reimbursement for the insurance on your behalf, and you can keep going like
Mm,
that. But they'll probably they'll charge them like a small little fee for that extra service. But most people will be okay with that just for like the convenience of
mm.
it.
That's good. I've seen a few people using, I know you do, and I've seen a couple other people looking at P&Ls using Thrizer, and I was curious kind of what all they were doing. That's good though.
Yeah, and you can check their
Thanks
insurance
for
and see what their reimbursement rates are before you see them, and it doesn't cost anything on your end to do
Hmm.
that.
That's awesome. And they can check too, right? Either
Yes.
either side. Okay.
Hmm.
That's cool.
Mm,
So if y'all
That
want to,
okay.
you
means you
know,
have to not be paneled with whomever their insurance is, though, right?
but yeah, that for me that's the case. Yeah, like I'm paneled in one city in one state, but not paneled in the other. So like I just use it for all the clients who I'm not paneled with anymore.
I got you.
I need a whole class on this here. It's very
It's
complex.
it's a lot of on the job training, Jonathan.
There you
Yeah,
go.
don't
I'm
teach it, but
learning
yeah,
as I go.
y'all want a referral code, holla at me.
Go on,
Hey, I
send
was
it
gonna
to me.
say,
Go on, send it out, Brandy.
right,
All
because I was just
right.
about to put in the yeah, Brandon, put in your referral code in there. Because I was just dropping it in the chat for everybody. If I wish a class existed. Yeah. No kidding.
Shit, we
As
might need to
you
put something
say,
together.
it's
I might have to put something together, man, because everything
hey,
I don't
there you
learned over the
go.
last 3 years.
You ain't lying because it's definitely needed because
Hmm.
it's so many different things, so it gets confusing.
Yep. It really is. You gotta, as you say, on the job training. On the job training. Um And then obviously looking at capacity and profit alignment, we want to make sure those are aligned because hey, time is finite, and this is why we talk about hey, talk about different revenue streams. This is one of those, Brandon. Creating that class. We've talked about different things before where hey, we want to look at different things on how to, how to make more money without it being more time, so that's where this whole calculation comes into play. And I know we had talked about that with you portion when you were doing your end of the year intensives, different things like that. We know Tiana has her coloring book as well, so everybody's got a little bit of something. Tempa has her was it a consulting group now, Tempa, that you're working on, that you just mentioned?
Yes, consulting and training.
Consulting and training. So, hey,
Yeah.
that is the name of the game. That is certainly the name of the game. So, and then let's look at a couple different things. One last thing that can always be to me, very good financial protection is having a niche. Just being the go-to person in a specific space. I know we've talked about this one before, and we're going to keep talking about it because it is a really, really good way to make sure you, as we were just talking about, when you're out there, what Jonathan was talking about earlier, where he had started groups and then, didn't get so much traction, but then, kind of revamped those, and then a few more people reached out. Well, hey, once again, it's a long game, but it's also kind of having that specific niche where I think those seeds, can be a lot more fruitful at the same time. Just making sure that, hey, for this specific group of people, I am the person to see. I'm the therapist for, this specific group of people. Doesn't mean that has to be the only people that you see, but within that group, that is what allows you to truly stand out, because those people, you get higher conversions, longer retention, better referrals when they refer other people, premium pricing at the exact same time. So yes, I absolutely love that. Oh, good question. Is anybody running a group now? Portia just asked.
I
I'm
got one for.
I'm filling a group now, a DBT skills group.
And I'll be starting a teen group. I just hired two interns, and so they'll be running my teen group.
Virtual, Anika, or in
No,
person?
it'll be in person. It's their institution. This school has been quite difficult. I never knew them to be this difficult. I feel bad for these associates, and I've had to tell them, we're gonna thug it out this semester. You can figure out what you're gonna do for summer and spring, but we'll thug it out for your practicum. But I'm gonna do a teen group in person because the school is mandating most of their stuff be in person, but I'm also gonna offer a virtual option. So I might split it up between girls and boys. Just because of the ages. We'll see.
I got a in-person boy teen group, and I'm about to start like young adults virtual.
Hey, John,
Like
hey,
in
John,
2 weeks.
you trying to team up? What's up?
We can put something together for
I
sure.
think
Yes,
y'all
man,
would
let's
be
do something,
great
man.
together.
Let's put something
Y'all
Yeah,
would be
together,
great
man.
together.
I've been getting some feedback. So I've been getting a lot of like 18-year-olds, like parents like 18-year-olds and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I already had it in mind, but I hadn't started it. But now that I'm getting people asking about it, so I'm gonna do the 18 to 25. So hopefully within like next 2 weeks on Thursdays, I'm gonna drop that virtual. And then I got an in-person thing going on Saturdays for like 14, 15, that age group, teenagers.
So
In
you can
person
run
though.
us a flyer.
Yeah, I got one. I'll send it to y'all. I mean, I don't know where to put it, but
Post
I
it
don't
in
know.
the
How do I?
post in the community, Jonathan.
Okay, yeah, I'll post it in there. I don't know. I'll get to it today or probably tomorrow. I'm probably busy the rest of the day, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
get it to
no
y'all.
doubt.
I got the teenage flyer, but I'll get the other one up and running soon.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. And I know we talked about it last time, because I do want to set this up, and I want to give everybody I'll give everybody some heads up on when we do it. But we talked about almost doing like a show and tell of kind of all the different things everybody has going on, so we can, as a group in and of ourselves, be there to support one another and what you're doing, because hey, we all don't know what everybody else is doing. So I think that would be a great opportunity to really share that, and and help support one another, spread between all of our audiences combined, putting out, everybody's stuff. I think that was a fabulous idea. So we're gonna try to set something up like that in February, and we'll give you all, a little bit of lead time. So like, hey, this is the day, maybe we spread it out. Everybody gets, 5, 7 minutes, kind of, run us through what you have, what you have to share. And, then we can all individually be like, hey, how can we, share and support one another. Oh,
I
that's
just
perfect,
dropped it in
Jonathan.
the
Thanks. I
chat.
see that.
Yeah. I don't know if I can get to it that quickly, but I found it.
Good job.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. Appreciate that. Cool. Anybody have anything else? Any other last minute thoughts? Miss Latanja, I'm gonna pick on you before we go. Any last minute thoughts? What, for one, tell me, what's your specialty, Latanja?
My specialty is trauma. I do inner child, like I focus on attachment, inner child, healing. I've been taking notes. Like y'all talking, I'm taking notes. Notes to, implement for this upcoming year. So I enjoyed it.
Fantastic. So here's the homework I'm gonna give everybody for this year. Pick one or two marketing channels, and that you're going to focus on. One of the biggest things we always talk about are newsletters. I think that's the best, easiest, easiest way to get in to do, and that can be considered a marketing channel, in and of itself. You know, we all aren't TikTok legends like Natika and Brandon, but you know, we can have our own lane too. So yeah, so think about a marketing channel that you want to, you know, focus in on, put that plan together, and let's see how much more in revenue we want to grow, which is why that 2026 revenue that you want to reach is important. So thank y'all as always. And remember, the sooner you get to your dream practice, the longer you get to enjoy it. And we're here to help you every step of the way. Y'all have a blessed Monday. Stay warm, y'all.
Now say it.
Bye.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Bye, buddy.